Good afternoon, everyone. We have a special edition of our daily briefing from beautiful Fells Point. We're going to try to have a conversation today with some local businesses and some local students that have come together around a great initiative. As I have pledged every day, I think it's important for the people of Baltimore to hear a little bit of good news from what we're doing in the community. It's also important for us to recount with clear and accurate information the state of the crisis. On March 22nd, 2020, here are the numbers. We have 24 confirmed cases here in Baltimore now. We have 244 confirmed cases in the state of Maryland. We have over 24,000 confirmed cases across the country, according to the New York Times. The situation remains very, very serious. We hope that everybody will, even if they're outside, practice social distancing, make sure that they're washing their hands on a regular basis, are following the guidance of our local, state, and federal public health officials, and are taking this seriously, making sure they're accounting for their family members, giving them a little bit of encouragement, making sure that they're taking it as seriously as they can. I'm really excited to have a number of folks from the community here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but I want to give a special thanks right at the outset for Michael Yang, Rie Tai, Priya Mysore, Murkan, and Marigo from the local businesses here. We launched earlier today a StandByBaltimore.com. It's a website that I'm going to have them explain. It was their inspiration. It was their work. We're just trying to make sure that we can share it with all of you. To provide a little bit of context, and then I'm going to ask Priya to explain what she and her colleagues and friends have done. We know that small businesses are hurting. We know that earlier this week, on Monday, 5,000 people applied for unemployment here in Maryland. That's 5 times as many as typically apply here in the state. We know that 10% of the employment opportunities in Maryland are provided by restaurants and bars and hotels. These local service workers are a critical component of our local industry, and they're hurting. And we can help. I'm going to turn it over to Priya to explain what Stand By Baltimore is.
Sure. So as Thiru mentioned, myself, my friends Rie and Michael, we're all in graduate school here in Baltimore, and we basically had this idea to create a platform that would allow restaurants and stores here in the Baltimore area to market themselves and market their gift card services. We also wanted to provide an opportunity for those stores to build capacity if they didn't have the option to, if they didn't yet have the option to provide gift cards to customers here in Baltimore. So we created Stand By Baltimore, which is a platform that does just that. Basically, what you can do to support your local businesses that you love is to purchase a gift card with us, purchase multiple, purchase them often, and hopefully doing this will generate a little bit of cash flow for them to be able to cover their rent and support their staff during this time.
Rie, could you tell us the inspiration behind this?
Yeah, so when all of the restaurants and shops had to shut down, I think we were feeling a little bit helpless and wanted to figure out what we could do as Baltimore citizens to help. And I reached out to my cousin who's in Japan, who has been experiencing this pandemic for over a month now, and asked her what she had seen around in her community. She sent me a link of a Japanese website that provides a similar service, but meals that you can purchase ahead of time. And so I thought that we could use this idea and adapt it to the Baltimore community by providing these gift cards that doesn't have a set meal, but you as customers can purchase anywhere from like $15, $20 to $100 plus for meals that you think you will like to have with your friends after everything opens back up. And I think we wanted to emphasize that it's not just a one-time purchase, but to being able to purchase every time you would have gone out when it wasn't shut down. If you missed your birthday during the shutdown, or you weren't able to celebrate an anniversary, that you purchase them now so that you can go and celebrate later.
I'm going to shout to encourage people to use their their outside voice. Michael, could you just explain how it works? Stand by Baltimore, just like it sounds, is the website, StandByBaltimore.com. When you get there, what are they going to see when they get there, and how can both businesses enroll, and how can people who love their local restaurants and stores support it?
Yeah, thanks, Thiru. Yeah, it's super simple. So when you go to StandByBaltimore.com, you reach the landing page, and there's two large buttons that say Find Restaurants and Find Shops. So if you're a customer and you want to help support some of these businesses, all you got to do is press one of those buttons, and you'll come up with a list of restaurants or shops that are currently listed on our website. All you have to do is click on the link that says Buy Gift Card, and you'll be taken to the page at which you can buy a gift card for any amount. And we'd like to remind people that all of the money that is spent to buy a gift card goes directly to the restaurant. So the website, we don't take any cut or commission fee on it, and so you can be rest assured that what you're doing is going to be fully supporting the restaurants and shops that you love locally. Now, if you're a business who wants to be listed on the website, all you have to do is go to the top toolbar where there's a tab that says List My Business. It'll take you to the page at which you can enter in all the information that'll be sent directly to us, and our website will be automatically updated to add your business. And if your business doesn't already have a gift card sale option, or you're not registered to sell gift cards, we have a little bit of a tutorial and guide on how to do that for your restaurant, signing up through Square.com, but really any gift card site that you prefer to sell gift cards through, and then being able to sign up on our website to list your gift card and your business.
Let me ask Marigot or Marcan to explain why this is valuable for them. We've explained that gift cards are a simple way to support businesses. It's a simple way to give back. We know that cash flow is tight, but maybe in just very concrete terms, how will this help to be able to buy a gift card now that we could perhaps redeem a couple months from now when we're hopefully a little closer to back to normal?
Well, as everybody knows, small businesses are our livelihood, and a lot of other people that we employ, it's their livelihood. And right now, there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unfortunate unemployment, and we really just want to be strong enough to support them as much as we can now, so that when we get back open, they can get a job again. Small businesses definitely have a lot of people that work for them, and we really want to just get them back on their feet and keep them on their feet. Anything you can do for small businesses, we're very grateful for this program. Very, very thoughtful and appreciated, and anything helps. We are a small business, we are strong, we're resilient, but these are trying times, and we just really hope that we can get everybody back on their feet working as soon as possible, and there's a restaurant for them to come back to. So thank you.
All the local small businesses are the heart of the community, and we are also trying to help the local communities. As Pie in the Sky owner and many of the other local restaurants and food businesses, they are offering free meals. We are offering free meals to everybody who is in need, actually, not just today, but all through this whole thing. We are committed, and we need the help of the community as well. And all the small businesses are giving back to the community as well. I encourage everybody, instead of buying from those larger corporations and trying to use your local businesses, it helps back the community. And I do really love to help these three young people. They step up and they took their responsibility to support the community and the small businesses as well.
So I want to emphasize a couple of things. I want to emphasize again how simple this is. It's a gift card. You buy it now for $50 to $100. You can buy it again next week. You can set yourself a reminder to buy it. But that simple recurring source of income is available to stores like Abbey Burger and Pie in the Sky now, so that they then have cash flow, even though you're going to ultimately redeem your meals a couple months from now when the stores are back open and are hopefully brimming again with employees. But there's two innovations here that I think are worth emphasizing, and the people that developed this really deserve credit for this. Number one, even if you didn't have an existing gift card program before, you can sign up now. You can sign up through the website. So you don't need to have a pre-existing program. That's the great innovation that these guys have come up with. And number two, you can go to one location, Stand By Baltimore, find the full list of restaurants and stores that are currently participating. We hope many more will register and join on this. This is not for profit. They don't get $1 from this. They are taking their spare time, and all of us have a little bit more spare time perhaps than we used to, but they're trying to make sure that these businesses that are working around the clock to try to make sure that they can keep their doors open, keep their employees on the payroll. This is a small way of doing it. It is a product of compassion. It is a product of leadership. It is a product of innovation and insight. And it's amazing that they've been able to do this. I know that the business owners might want to get back to work. We're just going to be out here for a few more minutes, but anything to wrap up with, to share with the people at home?
I appreciate this and support small businesses. And thank you, Thiru and team. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Well, stick around if you want, but we'll let you guys get back to work. We'll make the circle a little bit closer. Please note that we are still trying to have these conversations, but we're trying to do it in close compliance and adherence to the guidelines we are getting. We're making sure that the group, both our team as well as the people that we're inviting, are not larger than a group of 10. We are trying to keep the 6-foot spacing. We are sanitizing everything that we are using before and after its use. We hope that we are setting an example of how this can be done. And I want to just ask you guys, your students, obviously the schools are closed. What's happening in the school setting? Are you still having live stream classes? How is that affecting the morale at the school? Are many people going back home? Tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a student in the time of coronavirus.
Basically it's a little bit crazy. So we are still full-time students, and our classes have started for our final quarter. All three of us are planning on graduating this May, fingers crossed. But all of our classes are now online or in live stream format. And what this means is a lot of our friends, a lot of our colleagues have gone home to, maybe where their families live, where their parents live. And there are very few of us actually left in Baltimore. So it's really just a different kind of energy, I would say. And we're all adjusting to it.
Do you guys have colleagues that are coming up with similar ideas in their communities? Are there other groups? This is obviously students at the extraordinary institutions of both the Bloomberg Public Health School and the Hopkins Carey Business School. You guys are from lots of different places all across the country, all around the world. What other ideas are coming out of some of your colleagues' work? Are you guys sharing your ideas with others?
I think there are a couple of volunteer groups now and you don't have to be a clinician, obviously, but they're looking for people who can help carry products at the hospitals, but not in clinical contact with anyone, or buying groceries for people who aren't able to, helping providers who are stuck in the hospitals do some of their housework, buying groceries again. So I think the community is coming together, and a lot of it has to do with that student academic community that has built through Baltimore.
Let me ask you guys just to wrap up with a couple questions. StandByBaltimore.com, this has come together in just a couple of days. We've been able to pitch in a little bit of help, both in terms of the development of the website as well as connecting with some of the local businesses. What's the next step? What would you see as the next step in what the website can do, what you guys can do to take this to the next level?
Yeah, I think the speed at which we've been able to get this running is quite incredible, and we're just hoping to increase traffic and see how many people can actually use the website, not only from the restaurant and shop side, but also from the customer side. Very excited to see about how much traffic we can get and how much we can actually help these restaurants and shops out. But then over and above that, I think that as those things rapidly evolve, I think that I think that we'll continue to change the website and change the offerings and features that we can put on there based on what customers are saying and what restaurants are saying are their needs. And those can be changing rapidly as the situation changes, as we've all noticed in the past few weeks. Things have been changing very rapidly. And so I think that we can adapt that to what we need and what we find in the next few weeks.
And one thing that you'll hear us pushing on over and over is we really want to find a way to make this campaign, make this platform sustainable. And not that so any customer participating and purchasing a gift card is wonderful and extremely valued and is doing a lot of good, but we would really like to make sure that people are purchasing gift cards on a recurring or weekly basis so that these small businesses can have a little bit more sustainable cash flow, a little bit of sustainable income. So we're currently trying to think about ways to innovate and ways to make that easier and ways to make that happen.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, just as Priya said, I think sustainability is going to be the main issue. We're going to try and market it to the academic community because that's where our network is, but then I think from there we'll rely on people to spread the word, share it with their friends to make sure that this is a sustainable program.
I will close out today's session by saying this. We know that crisis reveals character. We know that in times like this, emotions run deep. People are worried. This no doubt will bring out, unfortunately, the worst of us. We've had 5 murders in the last week. We had a 70-year-old woman assaulted last night. There are stories of vandalism that are starting to worry communities all across the city. Crises like this also bring out the best in people. The compassion and leadership that you see from 3 folks that could be doing a lot of other things. They have fancy degrees and are at the beginning of bright futures, but they are choosing in this moment of crisis to allow their talent, their innovation, their insights to be used for good. It's such a simple thing to buy a gift card at a local business or restaurant. It's such a simple thing to realize that some businesses didn't have pre-existing gift card programs, but that they could find a way to create an instant bridge to have that available to them. They've studied in business school, they've studied in their public health school that businesses will have to adapt to a new environment. We know that the economy of tomorrow, at least for the foreseeable future, is going to be very different than the economy of yesterday. And they are already, within a week's time, creating the innovations and adaptations that those local businesses are going to need to survive. You can support them. You can support them by going on to Stand By Baltimore. It's not for the sake of their bottom line. It's not for the sake of the campaign. It's to help these businesses that are facing an earthquake that no one could have anticipated. It's affecting their employees. It's affecting their ability to pay rent. It's affecting their ability to build the foundation that their livelihoods depend on. But in moments like this, Baltimore comes together. We've seen it 100 different ways over the last week, and we're going to see it 1,000 more ways over the next month. But I'm so proud to see and to spotlight stories like this, and we hope folks at home draw a little bit of positive inspiration in tough times from the work that Priya and Rie and Michael are doing. Thank you guys so much for allowing the light to burn bright, and continue to do what you guys are doing today and the days and weeks and months and years to come. Thank you guys, everyone. Thank you guys at home.